Well, good day, everyone. Welcome to another backstage interview for the September edition of the Metals Investor Forum. I am joined today by Bahman Yamini, who is with Canasil Resources. We haven't done a backstage interview before with Bahman, and that's because Canasil is a newer addition to the Maven portfolio. In fact, I remember having long conversations with Bahman at PDAC, which feels like an eternity ago because it was before COVID hit. And I was quite engaged, interested in the projects that they're now drilling. And of course, there's been a bit of a delay in getting going on those because of the global pandemic. But now they're drilling on 2 projects. So before we get into those, Bahman, give us a little background on Canasil. This is a company that's been around for a very long time in the world of junior exploration companies. And you certainly have a portfolio approach to exploration.
Absolutely. Good morning, Gwen. Great to be with you. And yes, you're right. Canasil has been around for some time. And the reason for that is that we're an extremely shareholder-focused company. Our primary objective is to create shareholder value. We are not wedded to any particular technical idea to any specific project. Whatever creates value for our shareholders, it's what drives our goals and our plans. We are an extremely shareholder-aligned management team. The management team owns about 15% of the shares in the company. We have bought those shares in private placements together with other shareholders. So the same average cost as everybody else, no free shares, no bonus shares, etc. And the idea of having a large portfolio is because we recognize that we're in an extremely high risk, high reward sector of the industry. Mm-hmm. And we take major efforts to mitigate those risks. And one of those efforts is to have multiple projects, multiple targets, and multiple opportunities. That eliminates the downside risk for our shareholders. But the counter is that it slows the progress because you're spreading your efforts across a number of projects. So instead of just having one project that you put everything into, and either it's a major success or a bust and the shareholders lose everything, we protect our shareholders in that respect, but that means that the progress is slower. The other aspect that slows down the progress is that these industry downturns we have, during these times, in order to protect shareholders, we avoid issuing a lot of cheap shares. The average price of a share issued by Canasil to date in the last 15 years has been 21 cents. So you can imagine we haven't done any 5 cents, 6 cents financings, etc. And that means during the downturns, we have to slow down, we preserve the assets, and we wait for the opportunity where we can really go to work and create the value. So that gives you in a nutshell what we're all about and what we're trying to do.
Perfect. I do want to comment, when you talk about having a large portfolio and going where there's opportunity, I think there's an important distinction, which is that Canasil has pretty deep technical expertise. And in particular, you are sort of jurisdictionally focused in that you have a lot of expertise in Mexico and in British Columbia. So it's not a matter of picking up projects here, there, and everywhere because that's where something hot is happening. It really is. You have this. So let's talk about that in terms of Mexico. Your capacity down there, your expertise, your offices, you have a lot of ability to execute in Mexico.
You're exactly right. And this question of focus is extremely important, even in BC and in Mexico. Even in those areas, we are focused to a very specific area. In Mexico, we're concentrating on the Durango and Zacatecas region. Now, one of the reasons is that that's the world's hottest silver destination. That's where you find the biggest mines, the highest grade mines, the lowest cost producing mines, and it has a tremendous mineral endowment. Mm-hmm. We have, right from the onset, established a local team. We have a team that have been with us for the past 15 years. They're very experienced, very knowledgeable. But all of the projects they were mandated, they have to be within around a couple of 100 kilometers, within about 2 hours driving distance of our office. We're not all over Mexico. We're not flying around. We're not looking at different areas. We're very specific in the area. So we have we build up a large technical knowledge base. And then we also create very close community contacts and close relationships. And for example, if we're drilling on a project, the manager of our operations in Durango, Herman Enriquez, he can leave the office at 7 o'clock in the morning and be on site latest by 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. And he can come back to the office in the evening. So we can keep very close tabs on what's going on and gives us very strong operating capabilities in the areas that we work.
Okay, so let's take a moment now that we've laid the groundwork to talk about the one project that you're drilling, and then a moment on the project that you will move to after you're done at Nora. So give us the quick and dirty of what you like about the geology at Nora, and what your work so far is telling you.
Yeah, that's great. And again, as we noted, we are not wedded to any particular idea. We look at where there's opportunity. And Nora, I mean, when first look on the surface, you look at it, it's right in the middle of a prolific silver belt. It's on a trend of operating mines. It's 50 kilometers west of a 500 million ounce deposit, La Piteria of silver SSR mining. And then you look at the geology, it's highly prospective geology. We've taken about 1,200 surface samples, coming back with significant anomalous silver values and pathfinder minerals. You put all that together, it tells you, listen, you should be taking a closer look at this thing and you should be drilling it. We have some veins with high-grade samples. So the place to start is to put some drill holes below the veins. And then in the first pass, the first 2 drill holes that we've put in, that we just announced the results yesterday, obviously every company wants to hit the mother lode on the first hole. You want to hit the widest intercept with the highest grade on the first hole, but we know that's not the case in most exploration projects, and particularly one that's the first pass of drilling, not one that has been drilled before and now you're chasing already drilled zones. But what we see, 4 factors in the 2 drill holes. We're hitting the vein in both holes, 75 meters below surface, so it's there. One of them is a narrow intercept, but very high grade, perfect material, exactly what you're looking for. One is a wider structure, but lower grade, but we have high grade and wide structures at depth, another positive sign. Then we look at the pathfinder minerals, arsenic, antimony, bismuth, etc. in the drill hole. We see they're all present. We are hitting some breccia zones with disseminated silver. That's very exciting. It's fairly rare in the vein type system. So you put all that together and you determine that you're in the higher levels of a very large mineralizing system. So it's definitely a go. You need to look further. And it's just a matter of additional drill holes where you hit that combination, where you have that wide intercept and the high grade. So it's just a matter of continuing drilling. Now, there's always risk with exploration projects. Nothing's guaranteed. Try to manage that as we go along.
Absolutely. I mean, it's exciting. You've been looking forward to drilling Nora for quite a while. Obviously, the bear market in the space slowed down your time there, but also gave you a lot of opportunity to do groundwork and get yourself set up. So now you're doing that. You're funded to do this initial drill program at Nora. After that, you will transition over to La Esperanza. So in an even faster capture, so that we can wrap this up, give us the lowdown on La Esperanza, which is the target that you will drill after Nora.
Absolutely, even more exciting now. This is one where it's a large district scale, 15,000 hectares, 150 square kilometers, 30 kilometers west of Pan American Silver's flagship La Colorada mine, with again 500 million ounces of silver, producing 8 million ounces silver per year at under $3 cash cost per ounce. I mean, these are stellar systems just north of Fresnillo mine, Mag Silver's Municipio mine. This is a project. We have 4 vein systems, high-grade silver in them, and we have drilled the main one, the La Esperanza vein. We have 10,000 meters of drilling there. We have, in this case, identified the main ore shoots. We have de-risked them, so we will be drilling on the southeast and northwest ore shoots below the 2017 high-grade hits, where we had very wide intercepts with grades up to 1.5 kilos silver and 3-4% lead and zinc, which is exactly what you're looking for. So I think we have a lot more opportunity of focused drilling at La Esperanza, and then the longer term upside of developing and expanding the resource there is that there could be, like at La Colorada, skarn systems below, which would make it a very, very large system, in addition to the 3 additional vein systems we have in the north. So really a extensive package with a lot of potential, and to a large extent de-risked. So it's not a new project like Nora, not the first time drilling. It's continuation drilling and developing and expanding the system. So we're very excited to get to that. It's a little bit deeper drilling involved, but I think it's has the potential for giving us very good results.
Well, there's a lot ahead for Canasil. So first of all, thank you so much for participating in the conference and taking the time here to give everyone this little introduction overview for those who are not yet familiar with Canasil. And I mean, I obviously think that it's a great exploration story to be exposed to. I think it's an inexpensive entry price with a lot of opportunities that will get attention in the next 6 months, and then as this bull market goes over the next little while, because there's a whole portfolio of projects that we didn't even touch on. So thank you very much, Bahman, and I look forward to keeping up with all things Canasil in the next little while.
My pleasure, Gwen. Thanks a lot for inviting us. Really appreciate it. And thanks a lot for giving us the opportunity.